The era of missiles. As history enters the 21st century, the world of weaponry is undoubtedly in the era of missiles. This is because missiles are the cross-domain champions, used in space, the sky, land, sea, and underwater. They are everywhere, omnipresent. Whoever controls missiles holds the discourse power of war. A missile, once launched, can adjust its direction. A guided rocket. Its prototype dates back to the end of World War II. The V-1 and V-2 rockets developed by Nazi Germany in the late stages of the war, mostly used to attack the British capital, London. Although these rockets lacked accuracy, exploding upon running out of propellant. With limited speed and payload, their direction was quite innovative. After World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union vigorously developed rocket guidance technology. China did the same even during the turbulent 10-year period. Any project could be halted except for missile development. So, in today's world, the United States, Russia, and China, the missile capabilities among these three countries are almost evenly matched. United States, due to its wealth and strengths, it has a complete range of missiles with high stockpiles. Russia excels in certain technologies, such as space rockets. Even the United States buys such rockets from Russia. Russia's unique skill is called launching missiles from barrels. Missiles launched from under the ice, breaking through and piercing the sky, is also Russia's specialty. Furthermore, in terms of hypersonic speed, it is almost on par with China. China, leading in hypersonic missiles and wind tunnel technology, undisputedly ahead with a variety of other missile types. European countries, with relatively poor independence in rocket technology, relying heavily on the United States and Russia. Due to the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty and the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty's impact, Europe hardly has strategic missiles, only some creativity in tactical missiles. In the industry, missiles are classified into various categories and types. According to range, short-range missiles, maximum range does not exceed 1,000 kilometers, used for short-range combat, such as anti-aircraft and anti-tank missiles. Medium-range missiles, with a range between 1,000 and 3,000 kilometers, used to cover larger combat areas. Long-range missiles, with a range exceeding 3,000 to 8,000 kilometers, used for national defense and global strikes. Intercontinental missiles, with a range exceeding 8,000 kilometers, meaning they can be launched from any location and hit any target on Earth. According to nature, strategic missiles, missiles with a range beyond medium range, used to attack the opponent's overall war capabilities and infrastructure, such as command systems, weapons manufacturing and transport, military bases, etc. Tactical missiles, short-range missiles for battlefield support, targeting enemy armored vehicles, artillery positions, missile positions, command posts, radar stations, etc. According to flight mode, ballistic missiles, space unidirectional flight, winning with speed, cruise missiles, low-altitude serpentine maneuvering, victory through devious paths. Ballistic missiles, these missiles typically fly at high speeds along predetermined trajectories, such as intercontinental ballistic missiles used in missile defense systems. Intercept missiles are used to achieve high speeds. Missiles are first launched into outer space. Beyond the atmosphere, there is vacuum and no resistance. Missiles can travel long distances without power, relying on inertia. When near the target, the missile re-enters the atmosphere. With inertia and gravity, speed increases to up to 20 kilometers per second, heading straight for the target. The operation of ballistic missiles makes them nearly invincible, formidable. The only effective countermeasure is probably to passively disperse strategic targets, digging deep holes hidden in the mountains. Cruise missiles are low-altitude flying missiles, usually used to attack ground targets with long flight times, can precisely strike targets. These missiles have a slower flight speed due to the predetermined, deviously low-altitude flying route, not only vertically maneuvering based on the terrain, but also capable of arbitrary horizontal serpentine maneuvers. Although lacking speed advantage, its trajectory makes it difficult for the opponent. Due to low-altitude flight, it's hard for radar to detect. Due to maneuvering flight, it's almost impossible to track, target, and destroy. Cruise missiles still have no natural enemies or adversaries to date. The possibility of active interception is almost zero. So claiming to destroy a cruise missile might be just boasting. Claiming to destroy a batch of cruise missiles is definitely boasting. Perhaps someone might say, a dense array of close defense systems may help defend against cruise missiles. This view is creative, but dense arrays belong to point defense weapons mainly used on warships, the reason being range of only 1 or 2 kilometers. Even if interception succeeds, explosive fragments will fall on land, causing incalculable secondary disasters, perhaps greater than the damage to the target. Ammunition reserves enough for half a minute of firing against maneuvering targets is almost a matter of luck. Moreover, due to ammunition launched by the dense array, most of it will fall on their own land. Secondary disasters are hard to estimate. So even if deploying dense arrays, they would be placed far on the coast, wilderness, or bare mountains, playing a waiting game. Whether you encounter cruise missiles in your life is an unknown. Anti-ship missiles. These missiles are specifically designed to attack naval targets, such as enemy ships, boats, submarines. Regardless of the launch method, the missile skims over the sea, constantly correcting its direction, turning when approaching the target, attacking the vulnerable areas below the waterline of the enemy ship. When approaching the target, it changes direction and attacks the vulnerable area below the waterline of the enemy ship, causing a fatal blow. In the Anglo-French Emma Island War of the last century, France's flying fish missile performed impressively. If the supply is sufficient, it could change history. Anti-aircraft missiles, used to intercept and destroy incoming enemy aircraft, missiles, large drones, etc. The operational principle of large anti-aircraft missile systems involves target detection, identification of friend or foe, missile launch, tracking guidance, and evaluation of effectiveness. Large anti-aircraft missile systems operate based on target detection, friend or foe identification, missile launch, tracking guidance, and evaluation of effectiveness. The operational principle of large anti-aircraft missile systems involves target detection, identification of friend or foe, missile launch, tracking guidance, and evaluation of effectiveness. Man-portable shoulder-fired anti-aircraft missiles are generally operated by 2 soldiers in coordination. Due to the short range of individual missiles and the fleeting nature of enemy aircraft, man-portable missiles serve little purpose beyond intimidating enemy pilots. It has no use other than scaring enemy pilots. Hitting an enemy aircraft is purely a matter of super luck. Anti-tank missiles. These missiles are used to deal with armored and fortress targets such as tanks, armored vehicles, steel, and reinforced concrete fortifications, such as tanks, armored vehicles, steel, and reinforced concrete bunkers. The characteristic of these missiles is that the specially designed warhead, once hitting the target, will be firmly lodged there. It emits temperatures of thousands of degrees, burning and penetrating the target's armor, followed by a secondary explosion. The goal is to use the high temperature and high explosive to trigger the sympathetic detonation of the tank's internal ammunition, dismantling the target tank into components from the inside out. In the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, especially in the initial stages, the Russian military used a large number of missiles. For example, ballistic missiles like the Iskander tactical missile, cruise missiles like the Kh-55 missile, and M54 caliber missile, while Ukraine used some old missiles inherited from the split and some new missiles provided by NATO. After entering a war of attrition, the use of missiles became less intensive. In today's world, with almost no natural enemies, missiles can roam freely, making it the era of missiles. In the future, when laser weapons mature, they will become the deadliest nemesis of missiles, because lasers irradiate targets at the speed of light, 300,000 kilometers per second. As soon as the laser scans the target, it immediately triggers, turning the target into ashes without considering lead time, and factors such as weather, wind direction, and wind speed. In the future world, once laser weapons become popular, sophisticated to the point of individual weapons and popularized to defense networks, so the integration of radar and weapons, laser weapons will undoubtedly become the anti-everything cannon. Whatever star planes, tanks, missiles, all will instantly become obsolete. If lasers succeed tomorrow, then the day after tomorrow all just and unjust wars will all officially declare an end to warfare. If that happens, then the Russia-Ukraine war will become the last war in human history.